Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Ebon Sails Exalted, Season 1, Episode 30, Into the Ebon Sea. We shall begin, as always, with introductions. Beginning with the illustrious and very cute Kerr. Also, Werny, please update your icon.
Amos noises.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
Hello,
Give me a
everyone.
second.
Hello,
Is somebody
everyone.
getting shaved?
That was my dryer.
Oh,
Buzz.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kerr. I'm the Storyteller. I am ready for fucking awesome, happy, fun times galore. And I'm so stoked. Also, hi, Jaffer. I'm super happy that you were able to make it today because I didn't think you were going to be able to. So this is freaking fantastic.
all right. Ashford, introductions.
Hello. I'm Wernimal, and I'm playing Ashford, the infernal, fluffy pirate werewolf, Exalted, and Awu.
And Jaffer.
Jaffer says, "Hello, I'm Jaffer. I play the Burned Bird Murder."
Nevis.
Hello there, I am Zim, and I am playing as Nevis, King of Conquerors, the Lunar Exalted.
Magnanimous dispensation.
And I am magnanimous, apparently.
$110.
Tochemay, thank you so much for that tip and completing the tip goal in full.
Yeah.
It is so cute when Kerr laughs as if he's actually got a say in anything that's gonna happen tonight.
I do.
Isn't he the storyteller though? Like, isn't him having to say kind of like the entire point?
When the Exalted get involved, it can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah, like before, he threw us against an undead army and one of us pulled out the sun. Then he tried to throw us against a demon army and one of us had diplomatic immunity. And then he tried to throw us against somebody that was super heavy on the defense side of things and he got murdered by murder. You know.
Exalted things.
Don't
worry.
worry, just need to try harder.
Oh, I put effort into this. I put a lot of effort into this because now we're moving into the true story. It's only 30 sessions in. Now we're moving into the actual story I have planned.
Where Nevis kills the moon.
Oh, I am excited. I am excited. Merle, to answer your question there, the type of Exalted that Gaueko was playing at the time, they literally have built-in diplomatic immunity when they are around.
It wasn't
Wasn't it?
Gaueko. No, it wasn't Tochemay.
Wasn't Toshimay's character who had it?
No.
No, basically, the Eclipse Exalted have a special ability where when they are dealing with either fairfolk or demons, they are under what is called diplomatic immunity. The demons or the fairfolk cannot be the first people to start trying to attack them. And as long as they do, the party of the Eclipse cast does not antagonize them, the diplomatic immunity makes it so the demons and the fair folk cannot harm them in return. However, the demons and the fair folk are notorious for knowing ways to get around this. Basically, to force the Exalted party to start conflict. So that breaks the diplomatic immunity temporarily.
Yeah, it was
And that
Tochemay's
was-
character that pulled out the sun.
Yes. Oh.
The thing that he just described was Juja, who had that
Okay.
ability.
Okay. I'm so excited for today. I am going to be so heartbroken. I might actually start crying if you guys like truly break things.
So anyways, back to the introductions. Sarc.
I'm Kurama. I'm playing Sarc. I'm fucking tired. And
Wait,
yeah,
what is
Yeah.
going... What is going on? What? Tochemay, did you do something?
Because I put enough bits into stream stickers. They're free right now.
Oh, so you guys could just slap... Okay, you guys can slap all the stickers you want on the screen, apparently. I have not seen this before. So, yeah.
That's
I apologize, Sarc. I guess we've got a sticker party, yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did not either. All I know is I'm suddenly seeing confetti on my screen and music is
music.
playing, and I'm like, what is going on? This is not something I've set up. So anyways, back to Sarc.
I'm Kurama. Also playing Sarc. I'm tired as shit. So yeah. Also, I'm infernal like Ashford. Sarc is the bigger werewolf, though.
And then I'm Tochemay. I'm playing Gaueko Pelps, a solar exalt, who believes he's part of the realm still.
That's adorable.
Joke.
All right, and now we'll move to the recap. Since it's been a while, Kerr, we're gonna have you do it.
Alright, so you guys were able to find the 5-metal Shrike down below in that facility. And the 5-metal Shrike wanted to see what you guys were capable of. If you guys were going to be worthy pilots for it. And it brought you somewhere to the far north, where you met a being who apparently was not of creation, and began discussing things with him. Notably, you did not start combat with him, which was I was proud of you guys, apparently, for being able to pull that off. I wasn't expecting that. So, you guys get kudos for that. And you guys were basically just finishing up your conversation when we ended the session 2 weeks ago. Also, just to let you guys know, for those who might not be checking the Discord, I did post a little thing in Ebon Sales Exalted for you guys to look through. This is currently what's going on right now when you guys were having the conversation.
Oh, I did notice. I very much noticed that, Kerr. As the
Don't
party
worry.
confronted the being from beyond creation's history,
I will do it. I will
Back-
do it. I
Back-
will do it because, dear God, it triggers my OCD and fine, if you want to do it, go ahead. I'm taking out my headphones though right now.
no,
just
don't
wanted to
take off
say-
your headphones.
I just want to say, Nevis, congratulations on not trying to get him to try and convert to our side and join your army.
I mean, he doesn't always do that. But
Go
Kerr,
ahead.
Okay. Keep your headset on, though. Back at the island their ship was moored at, a figure watched. I found the spot you wanted. You are sure this will work? The figure spoke quietly, almost as if to himself. And in his mind, another voice spoke up. I am. Right now, Nevis and his little band are away, speaking with the traitor. Now is the time to retake everything, including giving you back what you lost. Plant the tree. Let fantasy become reality. You know what needs to happen. If you want your dream to come true, do not disappoint me. The pressure in the figure's mind vanished as the voice grew silent, and he let out a sigh. He extended a hand as a silver bow seemed to blaze into existence in a halo of blue essence. The figure reached up with a hand and pulled back his hood, revealing his beautiful silver fur and the face of a wolf, looking up at the night sky into the brilliant full moon that hung in the air. For a moment, he let the moonlight wash over him, steadying himself for what he was about to do. And slowly, he reached into his cloak and drew out a thin arrow made out of a silver material, reflective as a mirror. He stared at the mirror, once more considering his actions. Visions of his family, his husband, his child, all of them lost to him. Betrayed by the gods, scorned by the world. A low growl bubbled in his thought as he notched the arrow. The wolf lifted the bow up high, pointed towards the moon. This was not his innate magic he needed to perform, his part of the plan, to prepare the world to get back what he lost. But his bow held the power, and here, beneath the full moon, was when its power was at its zenith. Let the light of the moon's blessing fall upon this arrow. I dedicate this arrow to your majesty and beauty. As he spoke those words, the sigils and runes along the front of the bow began to blaze with a brilliant blue light as he drew the silver arrow back harder, a corona of essence forming around the tip. Let your light purify this impure land. Lobo catastrophe, he declared solemnly before releasing the arrow into the sky. The silver arrow streaked into the sky before coming down, and along with it came a silver streak of light as it bore into the island where the town was, a great shockwave tearing through everything, threatening to capsize the ship. And upon the island, a great dome of swirling light now rested, pulsing with essence and power, like a great swirling storm resting upon the town and part of the island. Hi, Kerr.
I'm sorry, that sets off my anxiety, okay?
He hates it when people read what he writes.
Reads
And yet he wants
reads it out loud. I get very self-conscious because I don't feel like it's very good. I wrote that literally in like 10 minutes.
It's better than some of the books in Exalted.
I literally just wrote that in like 10 minutes while we were waiting for session to start. It's like, okay, I have what's going to be going on here to set the scene. I'm just going to write it out for everyone so they can read it. But yes, as you are finishing up with everything, trying to think of who would be telling this. Let's see. Nevis, Creperius is on your shoulder, yes?
Yes.
My lord! My lord! My lord!
What is it, Craberius?
There's been an emergency, my lord.
What happened?
One of our ships was nearly it was nearly capsized, and the town that we were building on the White Jade, it's been enclosed in some sort of like swirling storm of light. Notably, Sarc, that is also where your dear friend was in that town working.
Oh no, your boy toy.
God damn it, I can't add nothing. Alright, fine, let's go save him.
We don't know what happens. Some of the sentries report seeing a great streak of light come down, and then there was a massive shockwave. It nearly capsized the one of the ships, your main ship, not the special one that we gave you.
Okay.
Um,
So then why are we sitting here like fucking lemons? Let's go back and save his ass.
Agreed. Let's get going. Sorry to cut this conversation short, but we must be on our way. There is an emergency.
He will nod his head to you. Don't worry. I believe our paths are destined to cross again.
Nevis
you
is
for
already
letting me
walking
unload on you.
He will nod. Be careful.
We're exalted. When are we ever careful?
You may need it.
We have no need to be careful. Good day.
And as you make it back to the Shrike, it's like, Artie has been talking to me nonstop since apparently whatever happened a minute ago just happened. I take it you want to go back to them?
Yeah.
That is correct. As fast as possible.
Load in, I'll get you back in about 20-30 minutes at most. My essence stores are going to be fairly depleted, though. I'm not going to be much use afterwards.
That's alright. I'm certain you can land on RD and recuperate there.
I'll let him know to make sure he surfaces so I can land. And in a flash of light, he takes off. And the return trip is uneventful. Kerberos reports to you guys that no one seems to have been hurt on the ships. The ships are actually undamaged for the most part.
Real quick.
Yes.
As far as I know, we only have 2 ships. We've got Ashford's ship, and then we've got Artie.
You had one more ship that you were given to. It was
Did
just
we?
a basic normal. It was just a basic normal vessel, I believe.
I don't recall us keeping any other vessels. Not after we got Artie.
I thought you had one still from the army.
No.
My ship is the best ship.
It would have come from Ashford's ship then.
Okay.
And before long, you are able to make it back. And where the town that you guys had been setting up, and basically its surrounding area, is now enclosed inside a swirling storm of light and winds. It's like a perfect dome around that area. And the ship quickly makes its way down and lands upon RD. And the door opens to allow you guys out onto the vessel. Notably, Ferris is waiting for you when you come out, Nevis.
All right, I need to report what happened.
We're not quite sure at the moment what this is. All we know is a beam of light seemed to come down almost from the moon and strike where our town was and enclose it and the surrounding area within that dome. It's a mix of wind essence and some sort of essence I've never seen before. I'm not sure what it is that's doing this. But so far we haven't been able to... Anyone who's tried to get in, we've used weapons, sticks, just basic things. Everything's just been sheared when it touches that wall.
I'm gonna try to find Swiftpaw on the ship.
Swiftpaw is not on the ship.
Just gonna look at the islands to be like, and then look at Nevis and say, "Why does your shit not get destroyed, but mine does?"
We don't know for sure that anything got destroyed yet.
Notably, Nevis, probably some of your soldiers were also like patrolling that area too. They would have been caught inside of it.
Yes, some of them were. I was
Okay,
about to
then
bring
what
that up. Not to mention, some of my soldiers were on that island, so we need to investigate this quickly but safely, as we do not know what we're messing with yet. RD, do you have any analysis of what this is?
I'm currently trying to do scans upon it. It's resisting most of my scans. However, I believe if I cloaked myself with a aura of essence, I may be able to pass through the wall safely, along with anyone within my ship. It would not be a comfortable journey, but I believe I can do it. And the five metal Shrike's voice will speak up as well. I think I could do it as well, but it's going to drain my systems to try to make that kind of leap, especially if I don't know what that thing is. If you want to try to enter that wall, Nevis, we can attempt to do so.
Sark's gonna speak up and say, "Let's do it."
Fighting is gonna get there. It might be this.
All right, let's go.
Jaffer says, can we roll a sagacity check to try to ID the wall?
Sure. You could try to roll a sagacity roll. I will 100% allow that.
I will attempt it as well, and also remind you of my all-encompassing sorcerer sight. Oh, wrong. Ugh. Anyone else want to try?
Oh well, I have to restart Fantasy Ground, so
Nah, y'all got this.
All right, so Nevis and Murder looking at this wall. From what you can gather, from what you can see here, based on the essence, this almost seems it's not like some sort of weapon or anything did this. At least that's the sense you're getting when you're looking at it. It isn't meant to destroy, but there's in essence from multiple sources here. You get the elemental essence of wind, which is likely what's creating this sheer storm wall itself. But also you can detect what seems to be some sort of astrological working or something manipulating fate and destiny as well within the essence. And probably the biggest though that you can detect is it is something primal, something powerful. You are detecting something that almost feels like, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Something so much greater than almost like even like the gods you felt, Nevis, and fought. This is something on another level of degree higher than that.
Oh,
But from the outside, looking at it, you're more looking like at the shell of an egg almost. You can't see what's on the inside. You don't know what's actually in there is the problem. You only have
oh,
the very outermost layer to kind of figure out.
an egg? Okay, I get advantage on this.
But yeah, that's about everything that you were able to figure out from out here.
It seems to me that something may be growing in there, or coming through, or something along those lines. Definitely best to get in as soon as possible.
However, you both are fairly sure that anyone who was there is probably still alive, and they likely were not severely harmed by whatever this is.
at the very least, we could try and evacuate anyone on that island.
Agreed.
Nevis, this is already talking to you. Please gather everyone that you want to enter into the anomaly inside of the ship, please. I will raise the Essence shield and we can make our way inside.
I do not believe we really have very many other places to put them all. Ashford, we may need use of your ship.
All right, that can be arranged.
Nevis is going to transfer. He's going to keep the goblin army.
Mm-hmm.
Something like this feels like the goblins would probably be the best option to bring in. At least for what I know out of character.
Yes.
Nevis may have other thoughts on this, but...
Yeah, this is like... It's hard to know for sure because you're just not sure like what could be on the inside of this. Likely, a fair folk army, a goblin army would likely be able to adapt better if you suddenly walked into like a hostile condition due to their nature. But if it's somehow like creation, they could somehow be weakened by it. They can't fight at their best inside of creation's borders.
Fair enough. Sticking with the goblin army then.
Okay. Anyone else wants to do before you make your way in?
Make sure everything's sealed when we go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys make your way into the ship, you can see a glowing aura of golden essence gathering around the vessel before it begins to make a full-on charge towards the wall. And as it crashes into the wall, you
Jaffer
can feel the
says
ship.
Murder will set up his web of veins with his allies before they enter.
Okay.
What does that do, Jaffer?
Jaffer says, I know the health of everyone and can prevent damage to them.
Oh, cool.
And as you can feel the ship shake and shudder. If this was a normal vessel, it would have been basically torn apart immediately upon touching the wall. But with the Essence Shield, plus being made of first age orichalcum, soul steel, star metal, and moon silver, it's able to handle the shaking, the shuddering, the buffeting essence-laden winds. But one thing that you do notice as you're going through, it feels much longer than you would think to get through this. The travel, you feel like you're moving at a good clip according to RD sensors, but 10, 15, 20 minutes pass as you're making your way through, and you're still being buffeted, shaken, and almost tossed about.
A rough ride.
A good thing we brought this ship.
However, it doesn't last forever. And within a few minutes, almost a half hour after you entered the wall, you suddenly, the ship stops shaking, and you are greeted with a sight that you maybe might want to be slightly concerned about.
Oh boy.
I'm assuming you guys are all in the control room.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys are greeted with the sight of about 50, give or take, large battleships looking at you. A large fleet has already been massed. And these ships are not like Ashford's vessel. These are ships. They're hulls made of beautiful gold. The sails of the vessel look to be glowing, almost translucent. And Nevis, you can see that these those are made of essence. They aren't made of cloth. You can see the flow of essence moving through the entire each and every ship. These ships, these vessels, they're not quite as advanced as your ship is. But these are far and away above anything else that you have ever seen in creation seas. These things would even be better than like the navies of the realm, who actually do have first age vessels. These ships are slightly more advanced than those ones, but they're close. These ones look like they've been more refined, though.
So who wants to hail these new ships?
Is there any sign of the island itself? This was the White Jade Island, right?
Yes. You can see that island behind the vessels. It's much further away, though, than you think it should be. But you can also see a dozen other islands as well, going in all directions. Very similar to the islands that you would have seen back outside of the wall.
Well, definitely not a good situation.
So what do you want to do? Hail them? Start firing on them?
Do 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 do. My lord, we're being hailed.
Bring them up.
All right. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm ready for this. As the screen comes into view, you actually get like apparently these ships are also equipped with essence communicators because a screen pops up and you can see the figure on the other side of the vessel. He is clad in brilliant golden plates mixed with what looks to be some blue jade, obviously because you're on the sea. Likely to be built for that, in case, the person needs to go into the water. He is holding in one hand a large spear with the image of 5 dragons etched into it and a flag wrapped around underneath the blade of the spear. And in his other hand, he has a helmet that he is currently holding onto. And you see the face of a grizzled veteran. You can see on his left cheek a moonsilver tattoo, and
Okay, we got it. It's Nevis.
Hey, I have to set the scene, okay?
Carry on, carry on.
wanted to set the scene, okay? And Nevis, you are looking almost at yourself, it feels like. I am Nevis, the king of unity and protector of these seas.
There's another one.
Oh god, there's two Nevises.
I see.
You know, this only proves my theory that Nevis's ego was so big that creation could only hold one at a time. So they had to put the other one in another alternate universe.
Well,
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Yes.
I am not sure how to respond to this. Processing, processing, processing. I am Nevis, King of Conquerors, and I have already defended my name and title in Yushan itself. So who are you, imposter?
I am no imposter. I have served the realm faithfully for years, fending off threats from the wild, the demonic, and the undead. It is my duty to maintain the peace of creation. I am no imposter.
You serve the realm.
I serve the solar deliberative.
I see. You are right. You are no imposter. You are but a little more than a corrupted shadow.
Nevis, you may roll sagacity before you say that.
I always forget that I get a +1 to every roll. Five.
Yeah, you would have been able to learn this. The solar deliberative is in the first stage, it was basically the ruling body. They're the people who decided basically everything. And basically everyone sort of worked for the solar deliberative, especially if you weren't a solar. The Lunars did, the Sidereals did, the Dragonbloods did, literally everyone did. It was considered like a big thing if you did a good job for them. Like working for the deliberative and being a high-ranking member, that was considered like the ultimate like show of trust from the Solars. At least according to like the first age records and stuff that you would have been able to find out.
I figured as much. I stand by what I said.
I am no lapdog. I am a protector of this world and its people. Clearly something that I see you are not, King of Conquerors.
Oh, I seek to unify all of creation. But that includes all of creation, and no one group or individual would stand above another.
We all serve faithfully. The Solars, the Lunars, the Sidereals, the Dragonbloods, all of us work for the betterment of creation itself.
You work under the Solars, yes.
You do not understand the miracles and the glories that the Solars have brought about for our world.
And do you understand the plight of the common man?
Yes, I walk among them. I fight for them.
Hmm. What is it that you are doing in my world either way?
We are not in another world. We are in creation. It was foreseen that something dangerous would arrive here, so our fleet was dispatched in order to meet it and stop it from causing any damage to any of the islands.
Nevis is going to hit the mute button. Already are our weapons ready?
Yes, sir.
Shrike, are you recharged yet?
I'm still recharging at the moment. It's going to be in a little bit more.
Alright. Looks like
Can I
we're
just
going
say
to
that-
need to buy some time.
I'm gonna be real. Maybe we should talk to them instead of, I don't know, firing on them.
I won't fire on them first. Though since when do you want to talk with people?
Since they had a big fuck off armada.
Ah.
Shall be done, and done well.
Listen, unless it's night and I have a small boat and I can sneak onto their boats, then that's different. Okay. Not when there's a big fuck off armada that's just staring at us. Also, if that really is a version of you, well, maybe fighting you won't be the best thing. Because how much do you want to bet if there's a version of Nevis here, there's also a version of Sarc and Jaffer and Gaueko. Just saying.
Well then, by all means, speak with him. Nevis will unmute.
I'm gonna look at the thing and say, excuse me, Nevis, correct?
Correct.
we're not here looking for trouble. We had set up an outpost on that island that's actually right behind you, I guess from the other side of not this place, and a giant dome appeared, and we went through the dome, and we're just here looking for our people. We don't want to do anything. We just want to bring our people back. Our people were caught in the maelstrom on the island, and we would like to bring them home. If
Real
that's
quick,
okay with you.
What does this area behind us look like, Kerr?
Ocean.
Ocean and islands.
So no sign of where we came in from.
Nope.
Okay.
It's as if we stepped into a wild pocket.
You have a feeling that you could find a way out if you really tried to. But it would probably be basically having to blaze all of your essence in order to basically make a tear in creation to get back out again. That would not be easy to do. You certainly would not want to try to do it here with this many guns aimed at you.
So what does this Nevis person say back?
He seems to consider your words for a second, like he's not just outright dismissing them or anything, but he does seem very confused as well, as he seems to regard you. There is no outpost on the island behind us. It's been a bustling trading city for over 400 years.
That's weird. Because in our sort of dimension, that island is, well, an outpost that was once ruled by an evil wizard that was turning people into golems made of white jade. We came in and we stopped him from doing that, and then we converted it into a city.
Really?
At least
Is the island still made of white jade?
It is not, no.
we in fact set up a mining operation there so that we could clear the white jade off the island. Under the command of the current person there that was overseeing the operation was someone by the name of Swiftpaw. One of the people we're actually here to find and save.
I see. Perhaps we can at least discuss things. Come, let's make port on the island, and we can discuss things face to face. Is that acceptable?
I don't see why not.
Affirmative.
I'm sending coordinates to your ship now. And there will be a pop-up, and Artie will ask Nevis if he wants him to make a path there.
Yes, but try to stockpile as much essence as possible. We may need it.
Understood, sir.
I have no interest in fighting. And this is after the screen's down.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying to Sarc, I have no interest in fighting them, but it is still prudent to be prepared, especially when against a force this large.
Those ships, you would be able to note, were equipped with essence cannons, as well as implosion bows and lightning ballistas. Like, the essence cannons you would probably be able to hold off no problem, but the implosion bows and lightning ballistas are basically made to damage your type of ship. You do have your essence shield, which could probably ward off damage, but that many ships firing all at once, you're a big target. You would be able to return fire and probably do severe
Jaffer
damage.
says,
but
hope for peace, prepare for conflict.
Yeah, but if we end up in conflict, I mean, we're pretty much dead.
You do know that your ship can dive under the water. That's something that's unique to your ship. These ones, based on the vessels, you guys would know these vessels aren't equipped to go underwater. They're just not made for it. So, worst comes to worst, you guys could just basically do an emergency dive.
But it's a solar deliberative, as they said, so they may have tricks up their sleeve.
Correct. That's the thing you have to watch out for. But hopefully, based on the fact that this fleet looks to be being run by this Nevis, that means he's likely the highest ranking official here. And as you guys make ports, you are allowed to land your ship. And as do you guys head off onto the land, or do you try to stay on the ship and get a feel of the surroundings?
Nevis at least will head on to the port. Still getting a feel for the surroundings, but no reason not to do that while we're heading into port.
When you head off the ship and head down into the port, the first thing that you are going to notice and see is this port is, compared to the places that you have been to, Nevis, and Ashford, you especially, because you were a pirate, this place is probably the richest and most advanced port that any of you have ever seen in your life. Gaueko, you know, like the first age ports of that the realm kind of somewhat maintains a little bit for their first age fleets. This single port blows all of those out of the water. The level of technology that you are able to see here, you can see areas that create water for people to drink. You have full fountain systems going through everything. You have little machines moving about, keeping the streets clean. Everything has glass in it, like the windows and such. Glass is usually extremely expensive and difficult, but all these buildings use glass for like their windows and even some of like their doors and stuff. This port, the ships that you see, most of them are not even like wooden vessels. They're made from first age technology, even like what seems to be merchant vessels are. And this seems normal. The quality of the people that you can see, even like the poorest of the people you see, are dressed in very fine clothing. Like this is stuff that you would only be available to either like the very high echelons or even the nobility of like the realm or the different kingdoms. There is no way anyone of middle or low class would be able to get their hands on like what you're seeing here.
Good to know.
And it doesn't take long for this other Nevis. He's put on his helmet and he has his spear in one hand, though he's more using it like a sort of walking stick. As he makes his way over to you. And as he does, you can see a lot of the townsfolk and people are waving to him, speaking to him. You can see like one merchant offering him some fruits, which he accepts with the things. And he also like returns the waves. He says hello. He kind of just goes like, "How are you doing? I'm on business, so I can't stay long, but I just wanted to check with you. Is there anything going on?" It's like he seems to be very like listening to the people, and you can see some of his soldiers has also come down, and these people are wearing full orichalcum plate armor, helmets, weapons, shields, the full kitchen caboodle, but Like this is stuff that you guys would see, only an Exalted it would have. And it seems like every single soldier is equipped with this type of gear.
And who's at the head of the formation?
Nevis. There's just a couple of soldiers that came down with him. They're heading more towards the town and such. It looks like they're just like checking in with the people, talking with that sort of thing. And they're also just kind of taking up spots around the port area in case there's like any trouble they can step in.
All right.
Mostly, you notice that they are specifically congregating around the areas that have the most people in them. And Nevis, you would be able to tell, basically, they're ready to step in if these people are in danger. Sorry, Sarc, I think I interrupted you there.
I'm gonna just start walking towards Nevis then. Or the other Nevis. Nevis behind us.
Okay. He will stop a few feet away from you and nod his head before reaching up and taking his helmet off. Greetings.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna hold out my hand and say, "The pleasure is mine."
He will nod and reach out to shake your hand, Sarc.
He didn't say my name, right?
No.
Okay, it's like we spoke recently. I was on the ship that hailed you. We mean you no trouble. We're just here to find some people that were lost to us.
Yes, I've already put in a message to the town governor. See if we can identify or find anyone with that name here. If they're here, we should be able to find them fairly quickly, we're hoping. There is one thing that you guys are able to see, though. One thing that kind of stands out just a little bit. You can see it's not on this island. But if you turn around and look, there's something that you can see now. It didn't show up on any of the screens of your vessel. But now that you're out of the ship and actually like looking at it with your own eyes, Nevis, you don't see it actually. But because you have your essence sight on, but Sarc, Gaueko, Ashford, and Murder would, there is a giant silver tree growing on an island in the distance. A truly massive silver tree. Its branches reaching up all the way into the sky and out of view.
I'm gonna ask Nevis, know anything about that tree?
He looks at it. As far as I'm aware, it's always been here.
We've never seen anything like that before.
We are
As
also
far as-
not from this world.
The other Nevis kind of looks you up and down a little bit. I suppose that's somewhat believable.
I'm gonna say, yeah, we came through what looked like a dome, a wind-covered dome that had engulfed our island, and that was what was responsible for taking away our friends and teleporting them, I presume, here.
I can't say anything like that has happened in any area nearby here. As far as things have been fairly quiet in the last decade or so.
Did we just appear in front of you?
Your ship surfaced out of the water. Based on the design of your vessel, I assume it has underwater capabilities.
Was there anyone that appeared around that same area recently?
None that our vessels picked up, no.
I'm looking at this. It's like it might be worth going and checking.
As you say that, Sarc, there is a whoosh of air before you're nearly tackled. As Swiftpaw is looking at you, and you can see like there are stars in his eyes. Sarc, oh my god, this place is fucking amazing. They have full-on running water in every single domicile I was able to actually visit or talk to someone about. Their clothing is made of some sort of material that is able to actually absorb kinetic force, as well as minor essence emanations. And it also can boost the strength and stamina of anyone wearing it. They have full-on, like, conveniences. They have running energy for every single home. Like, I'm still trying to understand half of the technology that they have here.
I'm gonna stop him. Like, I'm just gonna say, Swiftpaw, put my arm on his shoulder, and sort of just like, you know how like bros give each other hugs when they were super worried about each other?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just do that. Just gonna say, don't you ever get yourself teleported to another fucking dimension ever again, or else I will kill you.
I don't know. I was working in the workshop, and then one moment I was just working on the project. The next, I was suddenly in another room, and a guy found me, and I had to explain like what was going on.
So don't ruin the moment.
The moment. He seems very confused, but he's kind of innocent here.
I'm happy to see you.
Oh,
You're
Yes,
making
yes,
me regret
enjoy-
it.
Yes, enjoy your boy toy time. It's fine.
Astrid pats Swiftpaw on the head.
I'm not sure how to respond to this. He gives two little thumbs up.
I would have, after a brief like
Kirk,
that, Sarc would have
Yes.
stopped.
check DMs.
Which DMs?
Jaffer said he sent you a message or asked you a question.
Oh, I answered him.
Oh, just saw the message in chat. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarc would have like stopped hugging him, like after a brief hug.
Swiftpaw is just like, it looks like he's ready to go bouncing off and they'll go running back into the town. Like, he just looks excited.
Well, that is one missing individual that is accounted for. I had some soldiers that were stationed on the island as well, though.
I will see about if my men can find them. Or perhaps they will make their way here, possibly, as this one did.
I'm so tempted to bring out the goblins and see how he reacts. But I know that would be a terrible idea. but it's so tempting.
I'm gonna look at Swiftball and say, by the way, that island, yeah, it's gone.
What do you mean?
Like, it's encased in some big fuck off dome.
Oh.
And the only way that we got through it was by using an essence shield. So I think that's a lost cause.
But if the shield was around where we are and we're here, then wouldn't that mean we're inside of it?
You'd think that, but I'm pretty sure that was actually a portal. It brought us.
As you start to say that, Nevis, Krivirius is going to quickly nudge you with a claw.
What's up, Krabirius?
My lord, some of my crabs have reported from outside, and they're saying that the dome is starting to expand a little bit. It's only expanded maybe a foot since you came in, but it's very noticeably starting to move out just a tiny bit.
Understood. Good to know. There is a and he's going to speak up for everyone. There is a problem that we need to address. The dome is expanding in our side of creation.
Well, that ain't good.
That
No.
does feel dangerous to your creation based on what you said the dome does if it comes into contact with anything.
Considering that it has transported at least one person from our world over to this side, I believe it is very dangerous for both sides of creation. Sure, they may all be here afterwards, but that will mean essentially doubling the number of people here in this world.
Nevis, noticeably, anything that came into contact with the storm wall after it formed was utterly obliterated.
Only the people that were already inside.
When it formed. Because they were inside of the barrier when it formed around them. If this thing keeps expanding outwards, it's going to destroy everything it comes across.
Okay. Definitely a bad thing.
So this dome that destroys everything is just expanding?
Very slightly, very, very slowly.
Unless we have time to figure it out what it is.
You guys could be here like a month, and you might see maybe 3 or 4 feet of expansion in it. It's going to take years before it encounters another island and actually damages it. You have time.
Oh, well, yeah. Better get to work on figuring out whatever kind of dimensional anomaly or whatever the hell this dome thing is.
Jaffer says, so the sphere grows at the same rate as the tree?
You would need to see the tree. Because right now, all you can see is the tree in the distance. And it doesn't really seem to be moving that much. However, if you do have sagacity, you could make a dice roll here.
Jaffer says, did I just guess Kerr's twist?
Eight.
Jesus! Jesus, Gregor! God.
Okay, so Murder now knows exactly what's going on, how to fix it, and oh wait, it's already fixed.
17 successes, dear God. Okay. Based on what you can see, Murder, looking at this tree, this looks very much like one of the Yozai. Sazoni, the silver tree. The only difference is Sazoni grows backward. His roots grow up and his tree, the actual like branches and stuff, grows into the ground. But this looks like an actual like tree. But it definitely has all of the traits that you know about Sazoni.
Crap, the God's lost.
Notably, however, I will say, out of all of the primordials, Sazoni was one of the nicest ones. Sazoni was one of the... He more or less just kind of wanted mortals to live among his branches and to revel in their reflections and what they could be and what they might have been. And he really wasn't like that much of a dick. That's literally really all he wanted. And he also was in a very nice relationship with a black hole in the shape of a boar.
Which would be a certain person's Sarc's.
Yes, which would be Sarc's, his boss, basically. Who also is a fairly decent guy, all things considered. He was one of the only Yozai that really wasn't pissed off about losing to the Exalted. To him, it's just like, yeah, we lost. They were stronger. Sazone just misses the people. That's why he wants to go back. He just kind of wants to find a nice quiet corner of creation and just grow there, make a nice forest, and have people living there. That's really all he wants. And to be there with his husband. To be fair, they're kind of eldritch abominations that don't really understand people that much. But on the whole, they're really not that bad, all things considered. Especially compared to the rest of their family. But this tree, looking at it, you would need to get closer to get like a surefire knowledge on it, because this far out, you can see it. You don't think it's necessarily Sazoni himself, though, but it definitely has the traits of him. Looking at it it wasn't visible to your ship's sensors, which means there's something going on that would hide it from like essence sight and such. So it's going to be harder to get like a read of like, what is it doing or why is it there? However, you know for a fact there is nothing like this in your creation. There is nothing at all like this.
Well, does Murder share this information with
Jaffer
the rest
says,
of us?
I'll pass all this to the party.
Ah, perfect. So you have one of the Yozai just right there.
Primordial.
It has been here for as long as we can remember, ever since the Great Ceasefire.
I look to Nevis. The gods lost.
What? Lost? No. We create peace between the gods and the primordials. We were able to develop charms in order to help the primordials to better understand mortals and the gods and expand their vision of what they could and could not be. It was difficult, but it took maybe a millennia or so for us to figure everything out. But we ended the war and created peace, and most of the primordials moved on to create another world nearby.
Where we're from, the primordials lost.
Oh. How is that world like?
There. How long do you have?
Ah, one of those stories, I see. I take it things are not very good in your world then?
Definitely not as nice as here.
For certain people.
For all my life, I've lived here. The Solar Deliberative has expanded creation 100-fold since it was first created. We have taken over much of the wild. Peace reigns for the most part. We have a small issue with the minor underworld that developed, but we're able to keep the dead and such under control and to help them move on. But otherwise, for the most part, things are very peaceful here. We haven't had a major disaster in centuries, I would say.
In our creation, the dragon-blooded are the rulers of the Center Island.
Dragon Bloods?
The chosen of the elemental dragons.
I mean, they are powerful. They are loyal above all else. And wonderful people. But
In our world, the Sidereals betrayed the Solars and brought the Dragonbloods along with them.
that's... I mean, I hesitate to say it. That's almost like near blasphemy. Why would they do that?
Also, Kerr,
Yes?
something just occurred to me.
Yes?
This Nevis should not have a tattoo.
There's a reason why he has it. I did
don't
think
know.
of that.
Did you?
Yes, because they make expansions into the wild, which means they need people who are protected against it, which is where the tattoos would have been developed in this world.
But then why didn't the Lunars of the first age have them? Because they were doing that way back then as well.
Because they also have the Solars who did most of the work. Right now, the Solars are more doing other things at the moment.
Ruling.
Fair enough. Anyways, back in character. In our world, the Solars were almost entirely wiped out. Most of the essence, the exaltations were imprisoned for a few years. Well, more than a few, but they've only recently begun to resurface again. Us Lunars were chased out into the wilds themselves, where most of our kind have been harassing the Dragon Blood realms since then. Though we did have a time of great peace with the primordials having been defeated.
He just kind of looks shocked by that. With the solars, we've been able to eradicate disease, hunger, poverty for the most part. We've been able to stop despots. It's not perfect. Nowhere's perfect, but we've been able to create a world where almost everyone can be happy, where we can know for sure that things are good. Hang on a second. My headset isn't working.
Notably, Domino didn't show up when he said perfect twice.
Hello?
Hey?
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear us now?
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hang on. I'm not hearing anything from anyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it's not coming through. Give me a second. I'm checking my headset.
Yay, technical difficulties.
It's not picking up my headphone when I plug it in. So let me see real quick if I can try this.
Oh, I'm never quite so comfortable as when I'm at least 6 feet under.
Thank you, whoa.
I will be AFK for a few minutes. I have to deal with something.
Hurry back. And your packs have been sent, Whoa. Sarc.
I'm on you.
Sarc.
Sorry, I was getting something to drink.
Ah. So, what are your thoughts on this situation while we're waiting for Kerr?
Out of all the things that we've gotten ourselves into, this one is probably the most confusing. It seems that we've transported ourselves to a world where all the good shit that could have happened. In this timeline, apparently,
I'm trying to get my headphones to work.
the bad stuff didn't happen.
I don't even have sound. I can't find them. When I plug it in, they don't even pop up as something for my computer to see anymore. And I've never had that problem before. Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm not hearing you guys. All right. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna jump off real quick. I'm gonna restart my computer and see if I can get this to work real quick. I will be right back. I have to kill the server right now. Just see if I can get this to work. I will be right back in just a moment.
You shouldn't have to kill the server. The program can stay up when he restarts his PC, but okay. Anyways, yes, yeah, definitely the most confusing situation we've been in. And I'm at a loss as to what to do about it. It feels like there might be some manner of puzzle here, but I have no idea where to even start on solving this puzzle.
Solve the puzzle by getting his comms fixed.
Well, yes, but we can still discuss it while we're waiting for Kerr to come back. So any ideas from you on this, Sarc?
Honestly, I think our best bet is to go check out that tree. If it's got anything to do with this. We might find our answers there.
As I was saying in the chat earlier, this seems like a Guess Me in Destiny.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like it's got something to do with the Getaminians or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've got one with us right now. But probably from a different one.
Now all you need to do is stick Nevis and Nevis back in.
Hang on. Let me see if I can get this.
Do.
Alright, give me 1 sec. Come on, don't do this to me.
Congrats, Nevis punched so hard it killed Kurz.
I'm guessing we're still waiting.
Yep.
Yeah. We're still waiting for Kerr. Dook dook doo doo dook.
It'll be cool if I run and go get soda. If we're still waiting.
Yeah, go ahead. We might be ending here shortly, though, because if he can't hear us, we can't exactly have a session.
Yeah.
And Wolstein, he's still here. He just can't hear us. We can hear him.
Yeah. Dook doo 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 dook 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 dook. Well, luckily I got all my work done that I needed to get done.
Now you need to get Rygon's work done.
I don't think so. I was uploading videos and stuff during these sessions because they're processing them and such for YouTube. What do you mean this is not what you were planning, Woe?
Now, here's the question. Does Nevis want to actually return back to his reality?
Yes.
When you have
Very
a whole
much
new
so.
reality you can conquer.
No, this one seems to be fine. He'd rather get back to his own reality.
Rather than the one that's doing better.
He wants his own play. He wants to help his own reality.
But this can be his reality.
There is already one Nevis here. We do not need another. As Sarc said, there can only be one Nevis per reality. More Nevises and everything starts falling apart. I mean, just look at this brief interaction. The entire world's falling apart as we speak.
Don't worry. All you need to do is bring this Nevis back to your creation.
Let's see if I can get this.
Not
Hello?
exactly, Woe. Hello, Kerr.
Hello.
Yay! Okay, I can hear you guys finally.
Ah, good.
Oh my god, that was so freaking annoying.
We can
Okay.
hear you.
I was about to go and get my drink. God dang it! I put my pants on and everything.
It's gonna take me a minute to get the server back up and everything. You're good.
The server's already still up, and what do you...
Echo.
Why does it take so long for you to go get your drink?
Because I ran out of drinks here and I need to run to the gas station that's down the street.
You did not mention that. No, we don't have time for that.
Well, that's why I asked.
I
And
figured you
he
were
also
talking
needed
about
to take
running
off
to the
his pants.
fridge and picking some, or grabbing a drink out of the fridge or something. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I'd just do that. I'd do that without asking. I'd just go and do it.
I'm getting everything back open again.
Yeah,
I
well,
meant take 10 minutes to quickly run out.
yeah, unfortunately, no. Please don't do that during game time.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
Well, now you have your answer. But, well, no. Nevis does not want his reality to be like this. This reality, he does not want the Solars in charge. He does not want any one particular group in charge. Ideally, there will probably be a council with a representative of each group that is running the show.
What about if
Rather
it's
than-
run by the Emperor of Man?
Definitely not.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. With his powerful Astartes, power armor clad Astartes. That's a
So
good
our
idea.
Nevis is going to have to fix this reality to how he likes it.
But yes, sorry about the interruption. Shall we get back to the game?
I'm ready to go.
Alright. Where were we again? Where did we leave off when my headphones decided to go try to murder me?
No idea.
They were talking about the tree.
Yes. Now my brain is getting back into from fudge back into game world.
Back into the Gethmian Destiny.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tochemay. I don't know what you're talking about.
And neither does anybody else.
Alright, yes. But yes, the tree itself, you would need to get closer and actually examine it murder to know more about it specifically. You'd like to see what it's made of. What is it? What is it doing? You can't tell it from this far away.
Who is that to?
That was to Jaffer.
Okay.
Jaffer says, for now, Murder won't ask to look closer, as we have time and it would be best to be diplomatic for now with the new Neves.
Okay. But no, as for the tree, it's just always been here. As far as I know, since I was born and since others were born, Sizoni has always been here. Is there any other questions that you might have about this place? Considering what the world you described, your world sounds absolutely awful.
Is there like a guild of assassins that runs around?
No, not to my knowledge.
So I've got a working theory, right? This world is an exact mirror of ours that we came from, except all like the kooky bad shit that happened in our world never happened here. So I'm curious if, well, there's a Nevis. I'm wondering if there's copies of all of us.
Yes.
That's likely.
What I'm starting to hear is interdimensional team up. Kind of like when the Power Rangers came from different different times to come up and to go and team up against the ultimate evil. And yes, Sarc has just broken the fourth wall.
The question is, what would this realm need of us?
Yeah, I'm sure we could help out a little bit. We help them out. And then I'm going to turn to Nevis. It's like, if we help you out, would you help us out with our reality?
I could see about it. I would need to make sure that the deliberative approved of the mission, but yes.
Alright. I think this is a good plan. Mahasuchi will never see this shit coming.
Wait. Mahasuchi?
Yeah.
What's
Our
what-
version of him has gone insane, you might say.
You mean, when you say insane, you mean totally homicidal.
The great
wanting to take
seducer.
over.
The what?
The man the great seducer, the man who has bedded every single Exalted.
Yes, that same one.
I am surprised, to say the least. He's a very, very sweet fellow.
Yeah, not in our reality, he's not. Well, he was, but then something happened and he got turned into a giant beast. And now he's on a murder tirade across all of creation.
A giant but still hot beast.
That's debatable.
Oh shit, he's hot!
That
Yes,
was out of character.
Our version is trying to destroy a lot. And we need to stop him. By killing him.
Oof. I can see that I'm trying to get you the help that you need, yes. Now, is there anything else that you would like to do? Perhaps you would like a tour of the city?
I'm down for that.
Might as well.
Figure learning more can probably help us find our alternate selves.
Is there anything that you would like to see in specific? Anything that might catch your interest at all? I can see about making sure that we can see something about it, hopefully.
I'll look at Swiftpaw and say, Swiftpaw, is there anything? You've been here the longest. Is there anything you want to see?
Everything!
He's been here the longest by like 2 seconds. No, I guess it would be about an hour.
Jaffer says, what if some of
Everything.
us don't want to find our alternate selves, if they even survived?
Well then, dude, then we just won't look for them.
It's very likely that they might not be just like in this town. It's very likely they could be pretty much almost anywhere.
We also don't need to find all of our alternate selves. It's just a pretty easy. It's a very, very easy thing to do. Just don't do it.
Furry, it's easy to find everybody.
What would you guys like to see first? I'm willing to take you anywhere in town.
I have no idea what there is to see here, so I could not really offer suggestions.
We have libraries, restaurants, museums, the trade sector, stores that sell almost anything from across creation.
Mavis, did you need anything for your goblins?
You know, sure. What do you have in the way that might make it easier for those not of creation to survive in creation? And ideally even thrive.
I can't say we have really anything for that matter. We're mostly trying to make sure that everything from outside of creation stays outside of it. They're too dangerous to be allowed in.
Then you may not want to go onto my ship.
Oh?
He just doesn't respond for after that.
So, how about we get you guys some food first?
Sounds like a plan.
He will nod and begin to lead you guys off to a very nice looking little restaurant. It's nothing like super fancy, but it's got very nice food, and the locals seem very nice, very welcoming for you guys. No one bats an eye at the fact most of you do not look human. And they would be willing to serve you guys basically almost anything that would be your anything that you guys would ask.
So
I
what
don't
sort of
know
stuff
what to
are
ask
people-
for.
Ask for Immortal Peach.
No. No. Nice try, Gaueko. No. But let's see. Would any of you guys step away from the group, like for bathroom or to get something during the meal?
I'd step away. Or Sarc would.
Where would you be going to?
Probably just the bathroom.
The restrooms are very nice. The restrooms are beautiful. But as you're going up to it, remember that man that you saw back before you guys got the message to get the hell back there?
The what?
The man that you guys were talking to that the Shrike brought you to?
Yeah?
As you go into the bathroom, you see him leaning against a wall, kind of looking around.
I'm gonna look and I'm just like,
Jaffer
Oh,
says
hello?
Murder will be staying by Neves' side. As for food, all he asks for is water.
You would get your water, Murder.
Sark's gonna go up to the man. It's just like, what? Huh? What? How are you here?
Followed your trail. Jesus, they really did a number on this place, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where are we? Do you know anything
He
about?
seems to consider it. Right now, you all are not in your creation. Just
One
like
could
when
say we're
I'm
not in Kansas anymore.
when I'm similar, I'm not from your creation. I was pulled there to a world that wasn't my own. And I've made my peace with it and tried to do my best to help out. But this place is utterly alien to your creation. It's a pathway that never was. A sort of dead end on the loom, I suppose you could call it.
I see.
He kind of looks around. This place should not exist, not in your creation. If it's allowed to remain, it will destroy everything and replace it with itself.
Wait, so this creation, like this universe, will destroy everything.
It will
And-
destroy your world and take its place.
It will just replace it.
Remember when Nevis got the message that the storm wall was expanding outwards?
But what about all the people?
They'll be killed. Everything will be destroyed.
Was this world created,
It's
or did it always exist?
he seems to consider that it's a bit of both. It's difficult to necessarily put into words for someone who's always had a solid world. This world is a possibility that could have been, but ended up being erased. However, I believe there is something here that is binding this world into yours and allowing it to exist without being erased. Think of it like he kind of pauses and considers. Someone is nailing this world into your own. You would need to find the nail and rip it out. If you did that, this world will fade and cease. However, he kind of looks around and he seems almost sad for a moment. These people are real. They aren't a figment. They aren't made by a demon or a creature. Right now, as long as that nail that's holding this world is in place, this world is real. It has its own history. Everything that you may have heard, I don't know what you heard. I was just got here for the most part. But its history is real, not just to this world, but to its people. They have lives that they have lived. Everything is real to them. This place is as real as your creation is, as long as that nail is in place. But these two worlds are not meant to coexist with each other. It's either one or the other. And this world will try to kill yours and take its place. And it's not their fault. They're not doing anything. If they're here, that means he kind of pauses. It's likely one of my own people was responsible for it. This is the type of magic that we can wield. Manipulating what is and is not. It is likely this world was one of my brethren's worlds that he tried to bring back. And he's trying to force onto all of you, I think.
Let me guess. You came to tell me, because I'm the only one who'd be willing to do it, to destroy this place.
No, I came to tell you because you were the first one to actually separate from the group, and I don't want to show myself to too many. I don't know if my brethren is here. I assume he is, and he would be watching for me. I am not very well liked by some of my fellows because I'm not seeking to impose my form of creation on your world. They consider that to be an act of betrayal.
Well, Sarc's gonna look over and it's like, God damn it. How much you want to bet that big fuck off tree has something to do with it?
I would assume that would be a good place to start, yes.
Alright. Shit. Sarc's gonna pause and say, I think we can save the people.
He's going to kind of pause before shaking his head. They're tied to this world. If the tree is, as you say, the linchpin, once the linchpin goes, they will vanish. It may be hours, it may be a couple of days, but they will fade along with the rest of their world and history. There's likely little that you would be able to do to save them.
I see.
And it's not fair to them. They didn't do anything wrong. These people are innocent, but there isn't necessarily a choice. It's your world or their world. Which
How many
is
are in
great,
this world?
right? How many people live in your world?
This is a bigger creation. There's more here.
Well, there's only one thing to do then.
Yep. live in this
Kill
world.
them all.
I'm gonna look at him and say, come on. Let's go check out that tree.
What about the others? You shouldn't try to... I wouldn't recommend trying to go at this alone.
I'm not going at it alone. If this is a situation in which we can't save them, we need to go at this very delicately. If the entire party has cause to go for the tree, then the people here might get suspicious. They might learn the truth. The way I see it is that if we spare these people the truth, we can give them a quick end. And if all of us disappear at once, it might be seen as suspicious. Right now, raising any type of suspicion is the last thing we need. You and I go to the tree, see what we can dig up, and then we'll go to them.
He will nod his head. I can try and get us across to there.
All right.
I was not expecting this.
It's Sarc. Sarc is evil.
Sarc is not evil.
You say evil, I say doing what needs to be done.
He will reach out and offer a hand to you, Sarc.
I'll take his hand.
And in a flash of light, you guys will vanish. And a moment later, you will step out on a different island before the Great Silver Tree.
I'm gonna just look around it, try to see if I can see anything. Try
You
to
can
figure
see
it out.
it's clearly alive. Roll sagacity.
Gosh, where is it? Oh, that's not it. Alright, so that's 7. Five successes.
5 successes. Alright, give me 1 second.
Oh, Sarc,
Alright.
I have a question for you, Sarc.
What's up?
What type of Exalted are you?
Infernal.
What type of Exalted wouldn't be in this realm?
Yeah, they probably. You guys would not exist here.
Because the Infernals stole the solar exaltation to make.
You guys, like, basically stole them. And because of that, they were able to corrupt some of them into the infernal exaltations. In this reality, that never happens. Without success, this close to the tree now, you
Jaffer
can get the
says,
same
I suspect
sense.
I wouldn't exist here either. Liminal Exalted probably don't exist here.
The liminals would exist, Jaffer. Because the liminals are created by something else, and they still would be here. You guys would basically be the main fighting force against the undead. But Sarc, this close to the tree, seeing it, you can feel its essence. The essence of this tree is very, very similar to the essence of the storm wall that you guys came through. And with the way the branches seem to go up into the sky and just sort of vanish and fade out, it's possible that this tree is the linchpin.
All right. Can I like tell what it's made? Like, is it just straight up made out of metal?
It's made of silver, liquid silver.
I'm gonna look at my friend and say like, "Yep, this thing's the linchpin." It seems like.
And Sarc, I need you to roll a. What's the awareness one again? Is there awareness on your thing?
Presence? Oh, awareness?
Awareness
Yeah,
is a second ability. Yes.
yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, make an awareness roll for me. Please don't fail this.
I didn't fail it.
That is enough. Sarc, please give me a 1 moment. This is why I didn't want you guys to split up necessarily, but it's okay. We'll make it do.
You literally asked us if we were splitting up.
Could I have an athletics roll, please? AKA dodge!
Lapras escaped.
Yep, no, I failed.
He botched.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh wait, you are not alone though. Let me roll something. Okay, okay. Thank fucking God. Sarc, you're too busy examining the tree and trying to figure what's going on and what you're going to need to do. You notice something above you, and you see a wolf with a bow literally having you dead to rights. And he lets go, the arrow comes flying right at your head before the man reaches out, grabs your shoulder, and pulls you. And the arrow narrowly misses you by maybe half an inch.
Was not expecting that.
Walk away right now. As you see him draw another arrow as he notches it in the bow. Walk away right now, and I won't kill you.
Say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not here to fight.
You're here about the tree.
Yes, I was wondering what it was. And what's going on here.
It's giving us a world that we should have had. Don't interfere.
The world that we should have had. What do you mean?
This is a world that we can have what we should have had if the gods and all the other fucking monsters, disasters, and everything else never happened. I am not letting you touch this tree. I am not letting you take my family away from me.
Who said I wanted to take your family from you? If anything, I'd be the one trying to help you get your family back. Like you, I know what pain's like.
My family is already lost to me in the original history. But here, they're alive and well and happy, and I'm not losing them again.
And you know this to be true.
I live with them.
I see. Do you have any idea what this tree is doing to the reality you came from, to our reality?
It's going to destroy everything. I know.
And you're okay with that.
This world is 100 times bigger than our creation. The Great Contagion, the usurpation, all of the disasters, the pain and the misery never happened here. People are alive that were killed because of the gods. Because the gods decided they didn't want to do something, or the gods deciding they wanted to make a certain fate go one way or the other. That doesn't happen here. Disease is gone. Famine is gone. The undead, like the ones that destroyed Thorn, they don't exist here. The fair folk are locked out. They are in the wild. They can't prey on people in creation. There's no corruption, no misery, no betrayal and pain. This world is more advanced than anything in creation. There's no slavery. There's no drug dealing. Why would you want to save our world when we could have this? This world is better. Billions of more lives, maybe even trillions more lives live here. Lives that never would have been able to exist in creation.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna say, you poor naive fool.
He just kind of pulls the arrow back a little bit more. I will do anything to protect my family and to keep from losing them.
You really think this world is immune to corruption, to hatred, to fear?
Everything I've seen here so far has shown it is a hell of a lot better than what we had. It might not be perfect, but it's well on the way of being way better than anything we had at all.
And what if it doesn't turn out that way?
I have my family.
Whether or not, besides the fact that I wholeheartedly agree with you, that still doesn't change the case that what you're seeking, what you're trying to do, and how you're trying to do it, it was never meant to be. You're playing with forces that you or I can't even begin to comprehend. You say that you have this power and that you're using it, and I applaud you for going after your goals, but this simply cannot end in any way that you want it to. This world...
I'm not the one doing this. I was just the one who set it up. I'm not the one who did all this work. I'm just the errand boy. I'm just the guardian.
And what happens when it all comes crashing down?
The
world that you thought that you tried to build, what happens when it inevitably falls?
I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to lose what I had before.
See, therein lies the problem. I was like you once. I tried to fight for a peace that I told myself that was going to happen. Fought for an ideal to try to build something better. You want to know what happened? Our world. Everything I fought for, up in flames. Anything you or I will ever fight for will never last. You can't guarantee can't guarantee something you have no control over. This perfect world that you think you helped bring in, what happens when it inevitably falls? What happens, like with all other worlds before it, it inevitably collapses.
We're the Exalted. We could make the impossible possible.
And
That's
yet,
what we do.
and yet our world still burned. The world we were supposed to protect.
This world made the right choices. This world made the choices that we should have made.
And what happens when it inevitably doesn't? What happens when another force comes in and tries to destroy this one?
Nothing like that has happened, apparently, in their history for thousands of years.
Their history for thousands of years? How long did it take before something happened in our world? Do you know how many thousands of years our world existed before that war? Before it burned?
Our world crumbled as soon as the solars were removed. This world, that never happened. The solars were able to prevent all of the disasters that came after thanks to their power. They never went insane. They never lost themselves.
And what if they did? What if mankind, gods, sentient life, what if they inevitably fall back to their old ways? A single pivotal moment of weakness would throw this entire world into utter chaos. Hell, throw in the fact that it was never meant to be in the first place. Believe me, I want this world to exist. The things I've done, the things I've seen, all the people I've lost. Like you, I've been given a chance to let all of that stuff go away. To let all the pain, the anger I've ever felt. It never existed here. And I wish I was that naive. I wish I believed that. However, I can't. I've seen, you being Exalted would know that there are things outside that we just cannot control. And what happens when soon those chickens, when that all of that corruption, all that hatred, by destroying our world, you will not destroy it. It will only, yes, it might recede for a little bit, but it'll inevitably come back. You're fighting a cycle that was never meant to be fought. It never could be fought. Inevitably, this world will burn too, just as every other has before it. The only thing that happens that essentially is happening now is that instead of taking one world with it, you'd be taking two. Believe me, I want to help you. But as long as this world is destroying another, there is no way for this to end. For this thing to end in any other way than ruin. Let me ask you, what happens when the other world figures out what's going on? Huh? What happens when they realize an imminent threat dawns upon them and threatens to destroy their entire world? What then? The last threat that happened in our reality resulted in half of it being completely and utterly destroyed. I'll tell you what happens. It's the age-old thing that happens pretty much every time there's an existential threat. War. A war so catastrophic that it would not only consume this world, but it wouldn't only consume our world, but this world as well.
That world has nothing that can stand up to this world.
Except the Exalted.
You're Exalted. Us, we're maybe a couple of decades at best. Most of the Exalted in this world, centuries upon centuries, even thousands of years of power, knowledge, skill, trillions of people ready to fight. Technology that was never blown into the Dark Ages. The realm can barely afford one single fleet. Here, their best ship is considered common here. They have no chance of winning if they want to go to war with us. Let alone the ability to actually come in here. That's going to be extremely difficult. And we'll be ready for them.
We found a way to get in.
One small group.
What if Mahasuchi marches his armies through? With
They're
the
not-
entire realm at his back. Both gods and demons. Even if this realm wins, it'll throw it into chaos and ruin.
Then we'll rebuild. Even then, they don't stand a chance against us. Not what I've seen. I will protect this tree with my life. I will not allow my family to die again. I don't give a shit about the rest of this realm. Sure, I would like them to be able to have a happy ending, to live in peace for the rest of however long this place will live. But right now, all I care about is my family. That's it. Them first, everything else second. And my old world, not at all. He's going to notch his arrow a little bit farther back as he looks at you. I am not going to let you hurt this tree. And as he says that, he's going to raise his bow up to the sky. And you will see a halo of light begin to blaze around the tip of the arrow. Let the light of the moon's blessing fall upon this arrow. I dedicate this arrow to your majesty and beauty. Let your light purify this impure land. Lobo catastrophe! As he launches the arrow into the sky, and it comes streaking down, splitting into a dozen wolves made of solid moonlight. But as it comes down, moments before it's going to crash into you, there is a faint sound and a clang as an aura of light suddenly bursts into existence above you, and those wolves crash into it and get jettisoned off into all directions. As Nevis, and all of the others step forward out of a rift that had just been opened. Because, Sarc, you were able to talk him down long enough for him to go and get help.
I'm gonna look at Nevis and I was like, nice to see ya.
The Nevis of this world has his flag unwoven and flowing in the breeze, and it is blazing with a golden light. And it looks like it's from this artifact that shield came from. Well, I'm glad we made it in time in order to help you. Though, maybe next time you could let us know before you leave lunch.
I see you've managed to anger someone else, Sarc.
Just trying to educate the youth.
And looks like we came at the perfect time. Look around. Huh. It's not actually working.
More or less.
Grabirius, have Artie. Well, actually, I guess I've got a direct connection to Artie. Artie, bring the ship here, please.
On it, sir.
I think it's time to take down, to do some weed whacking.
I'm gonna look at the other net. I'm gonna look at Nevis and be like, wait. You know what that'll do, right?
I just got here, but I assume that based on that he does not want it destroyed, and you do.
I'm gonna look at Nevis and say, not really that I want to. Whether or not that we have to, is still up for debate.
Nevis, this is a primordial. It's going to take
Jaffer
more than
says,
just the gun of the
destroying the
ship.
tree will destroy this world. Are all of these lives forfeit?
The archer up in the tree is going to look down towards you, Jaffer. My family is here. My husband and my son. They're both dead in the original creation. In our world, your world. I will not let anything happen here. I am going to make sure that they are allowed to live happily and safely and to be with them again.
Even at the cost of possibly destroying two realities.
He's going to kind of just rest his hand on his bow. I will fight to protect this world against any and every threat for them. That is what I fight for.
Now, Sarc, he may have a point here.
A point to bring ruin to both ours and this world.
How would it bring ruin to this world?
You know why we were made. You know why Exalteds exist within our world, correct?
To fight the war which has already been won.
Alright. Well, let me play out a scenario. What happens when the Exalteds figure out that there is a there's a threat that would end up destroying an entire reality? What then? What if the armies, the people, and pretty much the gods and every single other thing inside of our universe realizes what's happening? What happens when they fight it? A war unlike all other. You know that our universe possesses weapons that can easily destroy large swaths of creation. Weapons that were specifically designed because of all this strife that our universe went through. What happens when they're unleashed here? What happens when you force a realm to employ its most deadly weapons just to survive? like a cat or a mouse trapped in a corner with nothing left. What then?
Then they will escape to the wild. In our reality, what's going to happen is the bubble's going to expand until it reaches one of the elemental poles. After that goes, it's a chain reaction, and nothing else will be left.
And you believe that no one will fight this?
There won't be time to fight it.
And you're willing to risk it?
And what do you think? Do you think we just pull the pin on this reality?
I don't know what we're supposed to do.
We can do things better here.
And you're willing to take that chance?
Yes.
Does everyone else agree?
I do not. Things are already good here. Things are already settled and... well... my goals would have no place here.
Make new goals.
Sarc would have no place here. Ashford would have no place here. We would not belong in this realm. Why it has to be one or the other, I feel like we could possibly find some way to make it not be that case. However, I will fight for my home world.
I'm gonna look at the other guy and say, you said that this world was anathema, correct? That it should have never existed.
He will nod his head.
Has something like this ever happened before? Where a world has been brought into existence, and has it survived?
He's very considerate. Normally, the encroachment will cause the two worlds to start grading on each other. He kind of tries to seem to think about it. I don't know of a way that one world would be able to coexist with the other, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't possible. Just I've never seen it happen. I've also never seen an advanced world like this actually occur, though. This is... whoever actually did this and pulled this off, they either had a lot of backing or a lot of time in order to develop exactly what they did here. He looks towards the tree. Whoever is using this to do this, they took a piece of it, one of the primordials, in order to basically form the linchpin. This is original. This isn't something that was created here. I can see that now looking at it.
It wasn't created here?
Whoever
tree
did
is-
this Clearly, this kid is emotional. So I doubt that he did this. But whoever did actually create this, I very highly doubt that it was altruistic. I do not want to mess with whatever and allow their plans to come to fruition.
The archer is going to shake his head. I was offered this chance. And I was the one who planted this tree. I was given the arrow to do it.
Why?
To get my family back.
That's the only reason that the person gave it to you. That the being gave this to you.
Because my bow was one of the artifacts that could safely do it because of the evocation it has. He needed enough power in order to make sure that he could create the barrier field to separate the two. Otherwise, it just wouldn't take.
Some entity created this, made this happen. They would be a being of great power. Generally, they only do
Jaffer
these.
says, Murder is going to walk to the tree and face the rest of the party. I will defend a greater good in this world.
Defend the greater good and of this world?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Okay.
Sarc, the only way you're going to be able to do this properly is to go to the weave and unweave our reality from this.
Then let's do that.
Nevis, that sound good?
That is the acceptable alternative. I would
Like I said,
rather
I don't
not
wanna-
destroy this world.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to destroy the world. I just know that destroying ours doesn't solve jack diddly shit.
I am also suspicious of whatever created this. And their actual reasons for it.
Oh, suspicious, are you, Nevis? You hear the voice coming up from above the tree as you see a figure just sort of step out from around it. He is wearing what looks to be a long black robe, staff in one hand, and he is just kind of smirking at you guys.
Mahasuchi, I'm guessing?
You don't recognize his face, but he's kind of leaning on his staff as he looks at all of you, and he gives a bow. Well, you're the king of conquerors, yes? It's hard to keep you straight over whichever one I walk through.
Sark's gonna look up at him and it's like, I'm guessing you're Mahasuchi, right?
Oh, that pitiful little abomination from your world? No. I am not.
Then who are you?
Let's see. I suppose. Let's just call me. Let's call me Karo for right now. Yes? Yes?
Okay.
I am the one who instigated all of this. My dear little champions of what you call the true creation, the original creation. Though I'm afraid I have a bit of a bad news situation for you, my dear cute little furry children.
Come on, we
Well,
don't
go
have all
on.
day.
Go on and spit it out then.
He kind of looks at all of you and he looks like kind of miffed. Honestly, I worked on this. I thought I would get a little bit more reaction from so-called heroes. Honestly, you make this kind of boring for me.
You're welcome.
See, you say heroes. I never used that phrasing.
You see, there isn't just one of these little places. There are 5 of them. They will continue growing and flourishing like this. Each one a different possibility. Each one a different reality that could have been. And it will continue to devour your world until it creates what I seek. And as they clash against each other, the stronger reality will devour the weaker one until only one of the 5 remain.
I'm gonna look at the wolf and it's like, you see, I'm not saying I told you so, but I kind of just told you so.
And your reasoning for having these clashes?
To create something new. To create something that should have existed at the dawn of all of this. The moment of true possibility in creation. The wild has many names, but inside of it, I believe there is something that surpasses even it. The Ebon Sea, and I will become its master and remake everything.
So,
To the
anyways,
way
we're
it should
chopping
be.
down this tree, right?
You just don't know how to listen, do you?
Nevis is. I'm gonna look at him and it's just like, I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, he doesn't listen to anyone. It's honestly like here's the thing. I bet you had an amazing speech, and like I personally kind of wanted to hear it. Like, I don't know. Maybe this dude's got a point. I'm just saying, we don't know if he's got a point if he doesn't finish his speech.
I mean, he made his point that he wants to be the master of whichever reality winds up winning in this. I have no interest in that happening.
Also, I just want to point out that I was right. That it would only not doing anything would only bring ruin, and that ruin would be brought to this plane of existence along with all others. It's almost like someone didn't. It's almost like people should have listened to Sarc.
Sarc, do you think we should take care of this guy monologuing?
I mean,
I feel like we should let at least one dude like do his monologue and get through it. Like at least one. Also, I mean, killing this guy, I don't, one, if we're able to do that, I don't, still have a very big problem. And that's with what happens when all the other universes find out that, hey, they're now in a 5-way dimensional battle royale, and they start fighting and killing each other. Like, killing this guy is not going to stop the fact that we have a war 5 times the size of creation that creation has never seen before, just on the horizon, about to happen.
Stopping him stops him from creating more.
I guess. I'm gonna look at the wolf in the tree. I was like, this wasn't part of your plan, was it?
Which one do you turn to say that to?
The wolf who wants to save his family, and yeah.
He is going to shake his head quickly.
It's like, so.
Like I said, I don't trust the one that put this into place.
I look at him and was like, you're feeling pretty stupid now, aren't you? I'm saying this to the archer-wielding wolf.
And he's just going to glance at the guy and just kind of glare at him. This wasn't what you promised me. Well, you get everything you wanted. I just didn't say what came after next. It's not my fault you didn't ask.
And I jump.
And I think here is a good spot to end because I am getting extremely tired and we're probably going to be moving into combat a little bit.
By the way, I'm going to try to save this kid. Like if anything happens in the interim, I'm going to like try to make it so this dude like doesn't die. Like I feel for this dude, right?
Just as planned. So,
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to murder entire worlds in order to save your own?
I mean, we're gonna need to. This is gonna be the one time that I think Sarc's gonna be like, okay, we need to think about this for a little bit. It's like I'm a warrior. Like I fight wars. I seek so that big fuck off war doesn't happen. That is very much not something I want to happen. I want to end war, not start the biggest fucking war that's ever existed and that ever will exist.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Here's a Marten.
Joke.
The Marten will make everything better.
I don't think the Marten's gonna be able to help much.
Look at the baby. Yes.
I needed the sidereal Exalted that I was thinking about making to take care of this.
Also, how is Sarc the moral compass here? Why is Sarc the dude who specializes in murder and war and all that fun stuff being like, hey guys, listen, we need to think about this for a little bit and consider all the options.
But this is the Golden Age reality that the sidereal saw.
Yeah, well, this Golden Age reality is now in a
now in a 5-way battle royale.
Everything will be fine.
Nah, I don't think it will.
I mean, Nevis doesn't want this world to be destroyed, but nor is he going to allow another world to be destroyed for it. The original one. But he is all for finding another option.
Listen, I just think that reality, when you fuck with reality, reality has a tendency to fuck back.
That's called
no.
pattern spiders.
Yeah,
It's called what?
pattern spiders.
Oh, fun.
And yes, we can unmeld this reality with the other one by going to their weave.
If we can do that, let's do that. Because if this dude's plan is able to happen, I'm genuinely terrified of how reality's going to punch back.
Yeah, the only problem is this dude's going to stop us.
Well, he might stop us, but he's not going to stop it when reality punches back. Like, listen, I'm not trying to meta game at all here, but I'm just saying that normally when people try to change shit for the better and it wasn't supposed to happen, it often doesn't happen.
And you also have to realize that this reality has the best way of combating it because they have true sidereals, they have true solars. They also have the primordials who can help.
I'm sorry, I don't think reality gives a fuck.
They're the ones who built it.
Mm-hmm. They have the ones who can work around it.
I've designed all 5 of the histories that you guys will probably be going to. And out of the 5, I have to say, if it came to all out war and such, this reality is probably the one who is going to be on the top. At least as things stand currently.
So, was Sarc right that it's all out war?
No, it's in this case it's going to be like the history of how strong the history of the place is and how much energy the tree is getting. The stronger the tree, the stronger its hold on reality. If the tree isn't allowed to develop, it's going to be weaker and it will likely lose against the others.
All right.
Also, it can depend on the history of that world. If the world is unstable, like, one of them is very unstable because of the shit that's going on, it's very likely it can just fall apart without even encountering any of the others. Because it's destined to die.
The Death Lord reality is the one that you're talking about.
Not quite that bad. It's actually worse. I mean, what? Don't worry about it.
Hey, I kind of want to hear what Ashford thinks about this whole turbo fucked situation, because he was just being a pirate. He was doing pirate things. Now this. Ashford?
Where, Nee?
I'm just going to guess AFK currently.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go and wrap up this recording.
Curry, you really put us in a quite the pickle.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, subscribing to our YouTube, or by grabbing some packs of cards through Stream Loots. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys.